Right, so in today's video we're going to be unboxing a couple of new tools. We've got a leaf blower and I've picked up a new strimmer as well. I do want to start off by saying that this video isn't a sponsored video. These are just a couple of tools that I've been after picking up for a while, and I think we'll start with the leaf blower. Now, if I'm being honest, a leaf blower isn't necessarily something that is absolutely essential when it comes to gardening or when it comes to lawn care. And you know, I've been doing this hobby now for a good few years and I've never really needed one necessarily, but it is one of those tools that just makes your life just that little bit easier. So whenever you're like cutting the lawn and you know, you get grass all over the place, or we've got a few leaves now coming off the red robins over the far side and even some of the plants up at the back, it just gives that little bit of extra convenience being able to clean things that way. And I've got a few projects coming up where this is going to come in useful. If I was getting into the hobby now for the first time, I wouldn't run out straight away and buy one of these, but it's one of those tools you just pick up as and when you kind of need it. And it's pretty interesting. I guess it's assemble yourself. Let's take all the pieces out. This one does come with a 2 amp 40 volt battery. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to pick up this one. It is about £70 I think at the moment without the battery, but with it I think it was 150, which, you know, granted is expensive, but not too bad considering the price of these things with every single cordless tool you seem to buy at the moment. And I think that's pretty much it. You've got about 1001 manuals there. I think we'll be fine putting it together. In terms of assembly, dead simple, really straightforward, but I mean, didn't expect anything else. Let's see how much charge is on the battery. Absolutely nothing, it is flashing. So what we'll do is we will try this out in a moment. And that leads me on to the first thing I want to talk about really in this video, is why have we gone with the Greenworks blower and the Greenworks strimmer. And the reason behind that is, if you've been on this channel for a while now, you'll know that about a month or two ago, I picked up a Alec Cambridge, and it's not a petrol mower, it's a battery mower, and it uses the Greenworks system. So what I thought I'd do is, by picking up obviously the Greenworks blower and strimmer, first thing is I'm going to be able to use the exact same battery for both, but I wanted to pick up this battery as well, just so I've got a spare. So this is something that I will be able to use in the lawnmower. Highly unlikely that I'm going to go into, to be honest. This is probably the battery I'll use for the strimmer and for the blower. But when it comes to the actual strimmer, when I'm using it on sort of like bigger spaces, the bigger battery that I have with the Alec will be able to be used inside that strimmer as well. It makes things a little bit more convenient. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you the system I've got set up in the garage at the moment for charging all the different batteries that I've got for lawnmowers, from a sprayer, from a fertilizer dispenser, all of those different things. Because when you start buying loads of different products with loads of different batteries, it starts to pile up and it becomes a bit of a disaster and nightmare then when it comes to charging. So let's move on to the strimmer. Now, I didn't necessarily need a new strimmer because the one that I've got is decent, I'd say. It's not amazing, it's nothing to write home about. I've got a Bosch cordless one, and it has a 18 volt battery, so it's not the most powerful thing in the world. When it comes to trimming the edges of your lawn, it's absolutely fine, no issues with it. However, when it comes to doing jobs like, you know, cutting through long grass, anything longer, honestly, than what's in front of me now, if that's like maybe 30-40 centimeters, once it gets beyond that sort of length, that's when the Bosch really starts to struggle. So this being a 40 volt machine, it's going to have that little bit more power in it, a little bit more capable of actually dealing with a lot of the long grass. And also as well, it doesn't just come with the regular strimmer head. I'll show you in a sec. Right, here we go, let's have a look. So that seems to be a common theme with Greenworks. They give you like an Argos book with every single product to get the size of them. Honestly, mental. Got the guard there with a few other bits knocking about. I think the assembly for this one's going to require a little bit more than what it was for the blower. There we go, that looks like the handle assembly. And then to the machine itself. Now straight away, it's quite a bit of weight in that. You can feel right at the back, that must be where the motor is. It's, yeah, that's considerably heavier than the Bosch, and that's only half of it. Even that as well, metal construction all the way down to the head. It's got 2 string lines either side as well. Again, easier to cut through long grass, so on and so forth. And this is one of the other reasons why I picked up this mower as opposed to a different one, is that it comes with another head too, and it's not a strimmer head this time, it's a metal disc. And the best way I can sort of describe it, if I just unwrap it a sec, it's almost like a mower blade. So that obviously goes onto the strimmer head, and this is designed for things like if you're cutting through really long grass, which I'm going to be doing over the next few weeks. There's one big project I'm going to be working on where I'm going to need something like this. It just absolutely destroys the tougher stuff, and even big weeds and stuff as well. You can cut straight into it. I mean, it's a bit of a death trap, but happy days, not too bad. It comes with like a little strap, like a little guitar strap looking thing, with a little clippy on it. Boss, and I guess that's because it is quite heavy. If you are using it for a prolonged period of time, you're probably going to need it. Decent, never knew it came with that, so win-win, little bonus there for us. So there you go, I guess you can use the strap as well just to support your weight, so when you're using it, it's a little bit easier. Decent. I mean, it is a little bit big, and I highly doubt I'm going to be using it on this lawn, but it is going to be for bigger projects that I've got on the go at the moment. So go and get the battery out the garage and let's see how they work. Let's have a look. Clip it on. Happy days. Just turn on the button. Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't know if you can hear that. I'll put it up to the mic. Make a little activation noise. So that's pretty cool. There's 2 different speed settings as well. So like I said before, if you're going through longer grass, you can hit that. It can obviously speed it up, give you a little bit more power. And I like the fact that you can actually turn it on and turn it off. So when you turn it off, you're not going to accidentally activate it, but then when you turn it on, you're ready to go. And it's a 2 trigger system. So you usually have safety features like this on products, but I don't really think it's that safe, because if I just clamp them both at the same time, it goes off. Obviously you can only pull that trigger if that one's activated. Yeah, it's just for ease of use. And also as well, at the bottom, it's got a feature where if you tap that against the floor, what it's going to do is release more line. So then that way you can actually keep strimming, and you don't need to stop every few minutes if you're bashing against something like a brick wall to adjust the line. Let's get the battery, let's try it in the blower as well. So again, the same system, just clip it in like we have all the rest. Yeah, that's pretty cool, you know. Oh, so I was going to wonder what this does here, but there you go, you can hold that down. So that's pretty cool. There's a feature there where if I pull this down, it'll just stay on, which is pretty decent. I like how you can change the power as well of the blower. That isn't something that I thought it was going to come with, so you can just use it quite gently. And there you can give it full power as well if you want. That's not too bad. Battery life doesn't last for ages on this. I think it's 15 minutes or something, or 12 minutes with the 2-amp battery, so you're probably going to be getting about 30 minutes out of this. But look at the garden that I'm stood in now. Am I going to be getting 15 minutes charge, 30 minutes charge, whatever it is, out of this blower? Absolutely not. I'm not going to put the blade attachment on today. I'm going to save that for a different video. The one, like I said before, when I'm actually doing the renovation out at the front, where I've got to cut through a lot of the long grass. So I'll take the batteries and I'll get the charger as well. We'll head into the garage and I'll show you the system that I've currently got set up for charging all the different batteries for all the different tools that I've got. So this is the system I've got in place at the moment for charging all the different batteries that I have for all the different tools that I've got. Let me just bring you in closer though. So these are obviously all different chargers that I've got. I've got the Greenworks one, which is for the battery for the Allet lawnmower, but obviously as well now, it's going to be able to charge both the 4-amp battery and the 2-amp battery, because now I've obviously got the strimmer and the blower also. The blower came with this charger, so I'm going to find a little place for it on this table somewhere, probably just there knocking about. That'll do the job, so I can charge both batteries at the same time. I also have as well the Hater charger for obviously the Hater lawnmower. I've got a Bosch charger for the Bosch lawnmower. I've got the Iron Hell charger, which is for the smaller battery that I have in the Iron Hell fertilizer dispenser, and this small one over here is for the 18 volts Bosch battery, this one. which is for the smaller strimmer that I've got. Now, even though I've bought that bigger strimmer, I'm still going to be using the Bosch strimmer because it's much more convenient. It's lighter, it's smaller, it's more nimble and easily usable in my garden. And when I've got a 15mm lawn, going round with a big, massive Greenworks strimmer is a little bit of overkill. So I'm still keeping this charger out because I'm still going to be charging these small batteries up. Now, it's a lot of chargers, it's a bit of chaos. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, that's the Milwaukee one, that's for obviously my drills. It's a lot of batteries, and it looks a little bit crazy, and you obviously wouldn't have them all on at the same time. And this is where the second part of the system comes into play, which is this on the wall. So this cost, I think it was about £9, £10 from Toolstation. So basically it's just an extension lead, but each extension has its own switch that you can turn on and off, because obviously if I had to put an extension lead here which didn't have these switches, it would mean that all these plugs would be on every single time that I wanted to charge one of the batteries. And even though that's probably safe to do, personally I don't want to blow the house up or burn the garage down by leaving it on without having those plugs there. Just feels a little bit dangerous, and especially if, let's say for example, I've already got a battery in one of the chargers, I don't want it overheating or something to go faulty, and then it all goes agadoo and it's not really safe. So having these switches is a great plan. But there's another part to the system as well. I'm acting as if this is like some grand system that's full of complicated stuff. It's not, but I think it's pretty cool. I've got this plugged into the wall as well. So you'll be able to see it, it's plugged into a smart plug. So it's a Tapo smart plug. Again, I picked this up from Toolstation. I think it was, again, around about £9 or £10, something like that. Relatively cheap. Just works over Wi-Fi, dead easy to use. I've got the tap out app on my phone, so rather than turning it off at the wall over there, I can turn it on and off using the app. And that way what I can do, let's say I've finished using the Hater lawnmower, I can put the Hater battery on charge, I can flick the switch to the corresponding one that it is, I can turn it on using the app, and then what I'd often do is just set a timer for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and after that timer goes off, just flicking the switch off on the Tapo app. You can set up a schedule to charge the different thingy muttits, but I just found that turning it on and off via the app, it just seems to be a little bit of an easier way. And that way, when you turn your charger on, to obviously charge your battery, it's not going to sit on till like the next day. Because I don't know about anyone who's watching this video, but when it comes to myself charging the batteries, in the past I've had the batteries charged in the kitchen, and the only reason I've done it in the kitchen rather than in the garage previously is the fact that I didn't want to end up forgetting about the battery and leaving it on. Whereas when you walk into the kitchen, everyone knows the noise these chargers make. They're annoying. You see the lights on them. You see them just sitting there on the side anyway, so you naturally just turn them off. Whereas when it's in the garage, you don't want it to be something that you are going to forget. So having the system of being able to turn the plugs on individually, being able to control the actual extension lead using the Tapo, smart plug, it just makes life a little bit more convenient, but just makes things a little bit safer as well. And I guess the next thing I'm really going to need to do is label all of the different chargers on the wall as well, just to make sure that I know which one of these belongs to which charger. So that's everything really in today's video. If you'd like me to do a video on all the different equipment that I have and what I think of it, what I actually use, how often I use it, whether I think it's worth the money, because some of the stuff that I've got is really cheap, some of the stuff I have is quite expensive. The best stuff isn't always the expensive stuff necessarily. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if it's something you're interested in. Hopefully you've stuck around till the end. It's been a bit of a random waffly video. We started unboxing, and then I'm obviously talking a lot about batteries because I've got quite a few projects on the go. So if you are interested and you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. As always, the Instagram is in the description below. And finally, thanks for watching.